Hi, my name is Anne Marie. A few days ago, I had an eggplant in the garden that was ready for picking. And then yesterday, I had a second eggplant. So today, we're gonna make eggplant parm. First, we're gonna slice them thin. Oh, that looks really good. I don't think I've ever seen an eggplant like this. Yeah, I definitely let this one get a little too big. So, that's okay. Wasn't 100% sure what kind of eggplant this was. I was expecting it to kind of become a little bit elongated, and that never happened. It is a basically supposed to look like a little bowling ball, which is what it did. It's okay that we have some kind of weird shapes, that's fine. They're all about the same thickness, so that's the important part. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put these on a towel and then put salt on. Here's my eggplant, and so you can see that some of these do have some open spaces. That's fine, it's not a lot, it's not discolored. So I'm gonna get some salt on here, get some of that moisture out. Now you can see I didn't really use too much salt, but just enough to draw some of that moisture out. And don't worry about the amount of salt. We're gonna be wiping that off after. What we're really trying to do is just get some of that moisture out of the eggplant. Some people say it removes bitterness. I'm not 100% sure. I just know that when I cook the eggplant, I don't want a whole bunch of water in there. So I want to try and draw some of that out. It has been about 10 minutes and you can see, look at how much water is coming out. Just a little bit of salt. I am going to flip these and salt the other side. I'm gonna pull some sauce. This one is marinara. I think I only have one of those left. Since I only have one marinara left, I'm gonna take that and then I'm going to use the spaghetti sauce. Okay, great, there we go. Okay, so I just filled my pan with avocado oil, which is a high smoke point oil. I brought the eggplant over here. I did wipe off both sides so that, you know, to get some of the salt off and also some of that water. In here I have 4 eggs, probably like 3 1/4 because one of the eggs decided to break on the counter. So, and they are super yellow because I have chickens. And so now I'm going to make the breadcrumb mix. Now I have everything in here. So I have just regular breadcrumbs. I don't necessarily like panko breadcrumbs in my Parmesan because they're just too large. I like a smaller breadcrumb. I have some cayenne. I have a mix of basil and oregano. I have some garlic powder and some onion powder. Probably about a tablespoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of onion powder. So the key is start with hot oil. You go from the egg to the breadcrumbs into the hot oil. Don't overcrowd the pan. And remember, you're still going to cook it in the oven, so you don't want an absolutely soggy eggplant. So we're just going to take a peek. Actually, this was the first guy to get in. Yeah, that's perfect. We're going to flip that. Flip that and see what we got on this side. I have turned the heat down a little bit just because I don't want them getting too brown. And so what I'll do is once they're done cooking in there, I'm going to put them on this paper towel so that we can drain off some of that oil. I may actually put a cooling rack on there, but I will do that shortly. Great, we're making good progress. Here they are. The first 3 eggplants have come out of the fryer. I have another 3 in here and a little bit of a pile left to go. So I'm just going to continue this process until we have all the eggplant done. While we're waiting for the rest of the eggplant to fry up, I just wanted to take a look at the spaghetti sauce. I have two types of sauces. I have one spaghetti sauce canned in March of 2024 and one marinara canned in September of 2024. Both of these are approved canning recipes. The spaghetti sauce is such a good recipe. All the tomatoes and everything in it we grew here. I grow San Marzano and Roma tomatoes, and I know everybody loves the San Marzano. I'm not a huge fan of them. I honestly like the Roma tomatoes better. I still grow the San Marzanos, but Romas, to me, at least the Romas that I have, they're larger and much more meatier. Let me grab that book and I'll show you where I got these recipes. This is the book that I was talking about, the all-new Ball Book of Canning. So it's called Oven Roasted Marinara. That citric acid combined with the dry red wine, it just gives you this aftertaste that it's not appealing at all. I just store all of my canning in that book. And then a lot of the recipes I do print off. And then this I printed off from the National Centers of Food Preservation. If you go on their website and you look for spaghetti sauce without meat, it is a tested recipe. It is a pressure canned recipe, so it's not water bath canning. But I will tell you, when you get this thick, it is so delicious. It is phenomenal. I do have the rest of the spaghetti sauce to go through. I have the rest of the marinara sauce to go through. I figured this time I'll just combine them in this eggplant parm. And then I just recently made a whole other batch of the spaghetti sauce because I had about 30 pounds of tomatoes in my freezer from last year. And so knowing I had to use those up and empty the freezer so I can make room for more. So anyway, spaghetti sauce, delicious. While the rest of the eggplant are frying up, they should be done shortly, I took the rest of the egg and poured it into the rest of the breadcrumb mixture. Mixed it all together, and then I'll just dispose of that. I used to work many years ago at an Italian restaurant where, as a snack, they would then take this mixture and fry it. FYI, if you want to try it. We have all of our eggplant waiting here, and then I have my 2 jars of sauce opened. Off camera, I did shred up some mozzarella cheese. I buy them in 5-pound blocks from Azure Standard, and I got a 9x13 pan out, and I put some olive oil on the bottom. We're going to start with a layer of olive oil. I'm going to put a little bit of sauce down, add some eggplant, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, a little mozzarella cheese, and just layer it up. I think for me, the key to this eggplant parm is the little bit of cayenne pepper in that breadcrumb, in addition to the garlic powder. It is so delicious. And that spaghetti sauce, I'll tell you, that is my favorite. Combine those layers and top it with the mozzarella cheese from Azure Standard. It is phenomenal. Now that looks amazing. I'm going to wait for it to get a little bit of color on top. It's been in the oven for about 40 minutes at 350. So there we go. After 40 minutes, everything is cooked through. That cheese is melted. There's a little bit of color on top. I don't like too much color. Yep, I'm ready to eat. One key when slicing your eggplant parm, as tempting as it is to dig right in, once it comes out of the oven, don't do it. Just walk away, go read an article, go fix your hair, do something other than cut into that eggplant. Just give it about 10 minutes so that it can set up and it won't be as runny. Oh, one other tip. After the pan has cooled, you can see my cast iron pan, I took the paper towel that the eggplant was draining onto and just folded it up and put it inside my cast iron to soak up some of that extra grease. I am going to wipe it all out so that I can throw it away in the garbage, and then I can clean the pan. So you get double duty out of that couple of paper towels. Here's the cast iron all nice and clean. What I'm doing is I have it on the burner so that I can dry off some of this water, or actually all this water, so that it doesn't rust, and then I'll add a little bit more oil just to make sure I have a good seal. Yeah, as you can see, this cast iron is very well used and very well cared for. And here is our eggplant goodness. Yum. So thank you for watching my video, and if you have any favorite ways that you'd like to cook eggplant, leave them down below.